What is going on out there? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk Real Estate. We are so glad you joined us today on this beautiful day in the great state of Colorado. Give it up for Colorado. Come on.
Yes. Let's go, Colorado. Is it Colorado or Colorado? What is the two?
I feel like you're just reaching on that.
Colorado.
Oh.
I guess it depends on the day, really.
I still haven't gotten picked for Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita, Matt and Trey Parker, what is up? Why am I not getting invited?
We know you guys watch this show. Come on.
I haven't been invited. I haven't been invited either. Like I signed up, I think, right after you did.
Yeah, we're all signed up like 5 times. Via
what the
3 different emails. Like, we want to go check it out. I need to see Casa Bonita. Not that I can eat any of that right now, but
What would you do? I mean, you would just
I would cry watching everybody eat chips and
just
salsa.
watch the divers and
and sopapillas and
I
all
would
the other
cry.
good stuff.
it'd be so sad.
Yeah.
Shannon, part of her
Healthcare journey.
healthcare journey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, part of her healthcare journey has brought her to a place where she cannot have some of her favorite things.
foods. Not yet.
I mean, like Oprah's favorite things.
Oh my gosh, I could
Like,
list them all off to
She
you
just
right
can't
now.
have them, and it's really sad.
32 pounds gone.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's huge.
Gone.
That's huge. That's awesome.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
great job.
I've got to get myself back to Costco or Sam's Club and find a 30-pound bag of something or 2 15-pound bags just to show the visual of it.
I want to keep it. I know.
I'm not trying to brag on any of that,
first
but
we did
I need a
butter.
visual.
And we did sugar. I want to do like flour or something like that,
rice.
so we can be
Rice.
like you're baking a cake.
Baking a cake of the loss.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever.
It's a big thing to like hold a big pound of, or 15, 25 pounds of something to like signify that being gone. It's crazy to me.
The photo really does illustrate that well. I do.
Hell yeah.
I enjoy seeing that and taking part in those.
And the people at Costco, just so you know, when I do that, they get really like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, yeah. No matter what, somebody chimes in.
Why are you taking a picture with a 25-pound bag of sugar? That'll be fun. I'm like, well, I'm trying to signify something.
Or they're like, you're gonna go bake a lot of stuff.
You're gonna bake a lot of stuff, lady.
You better,
like, no.
you better put that 25 pounds of butter back.
Yeah, no, gross. That one was the worst. Like that's disgusting. Like
No,
just thinking how much.
we want stuff like that. That would be like the ultimate,
Yeah.
illustration of what this is. Like that's what you're leaving behind is like 30 pounds
kill it.
of.
Well, they say released because I don't want it back. If I say I've lost it, I don't want to find it.
I hear you.
So I don't want to find that
That's
crap
good.
back.
That's
Yeah,
really
so-
good. That's motivating.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I've
that's a good idea.
released 32 pounds.
Yeah.
Released.
I'm done.
I'm done with it.
Bye,
I'm
bye,
done.
Felicia.
Trading it in. Gone.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. So
that's cool.
yeah, lots of fun stuff going on right now. On Monday of this last week, what did we do, Chris?
Well,
What did we do? What did we try to do? What did I try to do, and what did you do?
Well, hold on, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of
Yep.
this. My bad.
Are you with us?
No, I know what we did.
Yep,
I'm 100% like I was there.
What'd you do? That's not
we
it.
did
This
we
one.
did the Manitou incline.
The Manitou incline. Have you ever done that, Brian?
Yeah, we sure did.
I have
did
not done it.
You should do it, Brian.
You should do
Let's
it. Maybe
I know, I
you need
should
to
do it.
you need to get
Yeah.
yourself down here, and we'll try it again because I need to.
Yeah.
I need to. I only made it to. This is at the bottom with our friends. It's Kyle, Nicola, Watson, and then baby Emma's on the back there. Watson
can
is
see
a
her.
beast.
He's a beast.
He is a total beast. He wore like short shorts, number one. And then he hiked up with Emma on his back, so an extra 50 pounds. And then once he got to the top and realized that they left me behind, this is everybody at the top after I got dusted, he went back down to like go find me.
Save Shannon.
To save me. So I was already like crying in my soup, trying to die.
It's the hero in him.
Yep, that's the hero. He was trying to like, I had
He's like-
serious anxiety.
No man left behind.
Well, they left me behind. Who left me behind first? These are the steps.
Some of the steps.
Yep. And then this is going down. It was really challenging. For one, we parked at our client's house, good friends of ours, Pete and Stacy. So shout out to them for letting us park in.
Let's just
on
say thank
Rexton
you.
Avenue.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pay for parking, and we got to use a
Sweet.
fun parking pass. So that was
dope.
awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate
But
it.
like on my way up, it's an incline up to the incline, and I couldn't catch my breath, which was really hard. And then I couldn't get water out of my Camelback. And then I started to get in my head when we started hiking because everybody like took off. And then we were maybe, not even a quarter of the way on, and Chris was like, I can't go this pace, and he freaking dusted me. So I was like panicking every time I looked down because I was like, how am I going to get down if I fall or something? And then I'd look up and I got mad because everybody left me. So I felt a lot of shame, guilt, remorse. I felt all of these things.
You can hear the cough or the congestion in
I've got something
in your
crazy,
chest,
yeah.
in your throat. I mean,
Yeah, if you were able to breathe, it wouldn't have been the same story,
Yeah.
Shannon. So I don't,
and
and
water is
1,800
cool, too.
steps.
Yep.
1,800 steps is not like, it's only 2,700. So
Yeah.
you made it.
I made it 2/3 of the way.
2/3 of the way.
I wanted to put the
that's huge.
picture. Yeah, I wanted to put the picture in that I grabbed. That's like the Eiffel Tower. It shows how tall it is of an incline. Were you army crawling at any point when you were going up? Because I was like army crawling, and that's when I lost.
There's a couple spots where my hands might have touched those stairs, but I didn't.
Oh, it was
I
so
didn't army
wicked.
crawl, no.
And then there was people that were like on their 4th time up and down, and they did it 10 times the day before. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, that guy looked great. He was like
crazy,
in his 80s, and he was, no shirt, and and I was like, how many times today? Because I saw him coming down when we started, and so I knew when he passed us that he
He's not joking around.
No.
not messing around, and
Yeah.
he said that this was his 4th time that day, and he did 10 times yesterday. So
10 times.
10 times.
10 times.
And granted,
We
too,
can all strive for that at 80.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think it's keeping him
I like
young,
50
man.
now.
He
Yeah.
looked great.
Yeah.
So lucky if you
Yeah.
can do the incline 10 times at 80 years old.
Well, and they cut it off at a certain point, so you're not up there like, after the weather turns or if it's cold. So there's a cutoff point, so you really got to get after it to do that.
Yep. So it's going back on my goals. I'm going to hit to the top of the incline. I want to know who's coming with me.
I was sore in places
trip.
that I had like in the sides of my glutes. I'm like, what is going on?
It's so funny.
Seriously, like it was.
I'm down. Let me know when you're going to do it again. I'll go do it.
And
All right.
and also like
try
all of us, every single one of us, we came home and took a nap.
I didn't nap.
Oh, except for Shannon.
I didn't
Shannon
nap.
didn't take a nap, but everybody else, we just came home and like passed out.
It was so crazy.
It was.
I did like 10,000 steps that day by noon.
Except for
awesome.
the 80-year-old. He did it 10 times. He didn't.
So he had like 40,000 steps just on Monday alone.
just
Wild.
on Monday.
Yeah.
He had
So,
100,000 on Sunday. Then that's crazy.
yep. What did you do this week, Brian? What's this little thing that you caught there?
We
that.
caught some fishies. Yeah.
Where'd you
we
go?
were,
You and Rob?
Yeah, we went down to my brain just went totally dead. Anyway, we went fishing. So we were just cruising around trying to find some cool areas to Terrial Lake. So we were on the
Ooh,
back side of Terrial.
Yeah.
And so when we were cruising around through there, we're looking at all the leaves changing, which is just amazing. But then we were out fishing in that there's a waterfall right off the lake as it's draining out,
Nice.
and it's so pretty. But fishing through there, some great browns and some amazing rainbow trout.
That's
were in
gold
there.
medal
So,
waters there. That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Was that a
so,
trout that you caught? What was that?
That was a trout.
that's a trout. So
And then
brown.
you
And
do
then-
catch and release, if I remember. You catch it and you let it go
we don't
back.
Keep them. Yeah.
Wow.
So there were a couple 12 to 16-inch fish. So it was good. We had a good time. So
Nice.
it
Well,
was-
and for
it
a
was
river to
32.
pull those out of the river, or did you do it on the lake?
No, it was on the river.
Yeah, dude, to pull that size fish out of a river is pretty good because
Yeah.
they're lean and mean in the river.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they're sitting in a lake, you can get a big old fat one, but to
Yeah.
get
They're
a big fish
professionals.
like that, yeah, that's the real deal.
Nice.
It was 32 degrees when we went in the water
Love it.
Wow.
on Tuesday. So it warmed up though to 44. So it
I'm
was
glad
nice.
you did that.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
when we went fly fishing and caveman freaking, all those dudes were in their sandals in that cold water and we
Oh,
we're in our
like,
full
what?
waders. And these dudes
Yeah.
are rocking like Tivas.
like
Oh my
flip flops
gosh.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
man.
nothing
This
to
water's
them.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arkansas River, it was cold,
Yeah.
man.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
myself a good old fashioned chili mare last night.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you tell.
All right,
Guess
so let's
who-
talk
guess who
about
was-
what a
guess-
chili mare is.
Guess who was in it? Taylor Swift sat at my
Taylor
bar.
Swift was in your-
Taylor
okay, she's in
Swift
your-
sat at my bar top. Of course, I'm getting my ass handed to me. I don't have a cocktail server, but Taylor Swift comes in, sits at the bar top, orders a Presidente margarita and some frickin' fajitas. Why? And no security, no Travis Kelce. Well, she was by herself, and I got my ass handed to me. And then when it came to the bill, her bill was like $84 or something. How I remember this is really weird. $84. So she must have had a few margaritas and some fajitas, and she only tipped me $34. Why? I was so mad when I woke up because I was like, people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to come see you, and you can't even tip your bartender.
I guess she wasn't that impressed with, your service.
She was not impressed with that service. She did not like it.
But let's talk about what a real like chili mayor is, right? So a chili mayor, if you don't know what it is, a lot of us came from Chili's in the background. Yeah, it's typically something that is like you're waiting on an entire restaurant, and there's no
by
kitchen,
yourself.
And there's no kitchen there's no bar, or somebody's like, oh, I've
cake just blew.
You have a party of 100, and you're like walking around and you're trying to hand write out their orders, and it's a
terrible.
Disaster. So
what makes them even more entertaining is even after you haven't been there for so many years, and then you kind of you're immersed back into that world once again.
I woke up mad at Taylor Swift.
That is so familiar. Yeah. And then you got to wake up and be like, I don't do that anymore.
Thank God. Yeah. Whew. So Taylor, I hope you tip better than you did in my dream. That's all I have to say.
That's the worst too. Like Carrie had a dream the other night, and she was like mad at me in the dream, and she woke up mad at me, and I'm like, you got to take that up with a sleep Brian or something, because I had nothing to do with making you mad.
Oh my gosh.
So she's like, no, I'm really mad at you right now. I'm like, what? Like, how are you? What did I do?
Oh gosh.
So you can't take that up with awake Brian.
Yep. Well, hopefully she let go of it. Deep breath in, and then just blew it out. Let it go.
Yeah,
let it go.
Like they say in hot yoga, they go, let it go, and they have this really big O.
They do emphasize
the O. Yeah, it's it's awesome.
I say.
What do you say? Get it?
I say get the hell out of hot yoga. That's what I would say.
No.
This slide.
This is Brian.
Yeah.
Can you explain this one?
How did HR let this come through?
You didn't even look. Get it before it gets you?
Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Wow, let's get it off the screen and talk about it. Wow.
That's exactly what it means.
How did you let that get through, HR?
Good Lord.
I didn't import the assets. I was riding my bike.
Oh my gosh.
I was doing some soul cleansing out there.
Do you want to explain the get it before it gets you
thing? Let me tell you.
What are you feeling about that today? What's get it before it gets you?
Life's short.
You have don't stress out about stuff. Let it go.
Life is too short.
Go do the incline.
I'll do the incline. Let's go do it.
Grow the beard.
Yeah.
Go to the show. Go to the show. Go see Tyler Childers at the show. It's so good.
It was incredible.
Every show we go to, we talk about what one's our favorite. And it's so hard after each one because they're all so different.
Level experience.
They're all so different in different ways. And we were in row 15 for Tyler Childers on Thursday, which was insanely cool. The bass player,
$1,000 tickets.
Yep, the bass player. I'll go back to it. I don't know if you can see it, but the bass player, he is like Chris's. Like when Chris plays the guitar, I felt like Chris feels like
this dude.
He channels this guy. So he was wearing,
according to Shannon.
Yeah, he's got like this big slash hairdo. He's wearing a Carhartt Sherpa jacket with no shirt. And slapping the bass, and I just was
shirtless bass player playing the fretless bass.
Looks like Slash.
Said.
Yeah. It was so good. He is so insanely talented.
That you think that of me.
I think that you think that you look like Slash.
Well,
with no shirt on, and then the Sherpa jean jacket.
Take my shirt off right now.
I think the part though of going to see all the shows, especially in Colorado. I mean, you're at Red Rocks, right? And beautiful, amazing time up there. Just seeing the whole city from Red Rocks. And if people haven't seen Red Rocks or seen a show up there, for love all it's holy, you
got to.
Oh, you owe it to yourself if you spend any time here.
If you're in Colorado.
If you have family here and you just come to visit, put it on your list.
Yeah.
We highly recommend
it. Come do it.
Yeah, bucket list.
Shannon and I reconnected with this. This was something that when we first, got together, Shannon took me to my first Red Rocks show. And it was,
I love taking people to Red Rocks.
Tom Petty
for
and the
first
Heartbreakers, and it blew my mind. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's literally one of the best things that I can go do. I love having the experiences.
And this year it was, ultimately that goes back to that slide. You need to have those experiences. Yep. You can't take it with you.
Yep.
If you accumulate a lot of things or a lot of money, odds are your kids are just going to fight over it when you're gone.
Yep.
Like, live the best life you can now. Like, give that money away. Like, help people, do something positive. Have an experience, go to a concert. It was so awesome. This was 14 for you.
I'm on I'm on 14. Yeah. I've got 2 more on the schedule. Right now I'm super excited for the next one, which Chris and I keep kind of going around and round about because he doesn't understand why I have to dress up for the show because it's so to do and so classy. And like the artist is Adele. So we have to dress up and feel good going. And I want to look classic and classy and then comfortable. Like I want to have a nice outfit for the show. My girlfriends want to get hair and makeup done. I feel like I'm just going to cry when Adele's singing. So I don't want to mess up my makeup. I'm not paying $75 to have somebody put makeup on me and then cry it off. Oh, yeah. That just doesn't make sense in my brain.
I missed the hair and makeup part.
Well, I haven't shared that
yet. Chris, are you going to do the hair and makeup for that show?
No, he's not going.
I'm not going.
He's not going.
You're not going. See?
No.
Sometimes I don't
it's in Sin City.
Either, so
yeah.
it's
No.
cool.
Yeah. He was invited.
I don't
He
really
said
care
no.
for Sin City.
Yeah.
No
Bye.
offense.
Yeah.
Bye. What happened here, Chris?
The home
What
of
did
the Raiders.
what did the Colorado Springs court judicial system send you today?
That's all I gotta say about that.
Maybe your beard will be in and they won't pick you. Maybe
trust me, I'm gonna look as dirty and raggedy as I can when I go down there.
Can I say, when I lived in Colorado Springs, I had jury duty 5 times.
Oh man,
I was like,
cool.
what happened? Like, and knock on wood, I haven't had it since I've been back up to Denver. But 5 times in 11 years is
they must have a bigger
ridiculous.
pool up there than they do down here because
because
it's pretty serious.
I don't know.
Well,
I was like, come on.
I was pretty excited for him.
Is that next Monday?
Yeah.
I have to.
No, it's November. It's in November.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you'll probably be sitting on a jury for your birthday.
Yeah.
Won't that be nice?
Yeah.
Hopefully
if they pick you,
good.
If they pick
Hey,
you, here, wear some Carhartts.
I'm happy to serve.
Wear your Carhartt overalls. Your big.
They're all guilty though.
Your big,
just so you know.
your big dirty boots. Get your beard you are growing your beard. Everybody voted.
Yeah.
You're in the beard mode.
I'm in the grow beard mode.
Yeah.
I even had to get it faded the other day. It was, got touched up.
Your civic duty is to, there are countries that don't have a jury.
Yeah, I think it's a good
I believe
thing.
in democracy, and I'm happy to serve.
Yeah.
I do think that most people are guilty though, so just so you know. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you got arrested for it, I'm going to go ahead and trust that law enforcement got the right guy, and you're probably it. Guy or gal, equal opportunity.
I'm going to hear it out, right? Is that what you're saying? I'm going to
I'm going to totally weigh all the, the scales of justice will be weighing, and we'll see. We'll see if you're guilty or not.
Yeah.
If you're watching,
I hope
not. I really hope I'm not on your jury if you're watching that show.
That might get you kicked out.
A little awkward. I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
or it might be a moment you'll be like, yes, that's my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the part we have to look at is, part of the process and the price of living in a great state and country is sometimes you got to do those things.
It's your civic duty. You got to pay your taxes,
Yeah,
got to be an upstanding member of society.
On a jury, but if you're in that trial, you sure as hell want people on that jury that are gonna listen to
what,
both sides.
If it means that you can go fishing and catch those fish, Shannon can go to her concerts, and I can go ride my bike, then it's worth every minute of it. So
Amen.
That's life, man. We are free. We live in a beautiful space, beautiful country, beautiful state, and we enjoy those resources that we have here, and so I'm happy to serve and keep it.
A lot of noise out there, but the reality is, most of the time everyone's
I'm a
just happy
patriot,
go
man.
lucky, getting around. Yeah. It's everybody.
I'm a patriot. I fly the American flag. Like that's what I'm about. Like you're not gonna tell me that's wrong. As messed up as the government may be or whatever, I'm still a patriot at heart. I still love my country. And if you don't like it, change it. Go through the proper channels and change it.
Run for office.
Go exactly. That's part of the beauty.
Or vote. Or get out there and vote.
Yeah. Honestly, what I see is a lot of people just complain. They just complain about it. They're like, "Oh, this is terrible." And what's worse? You have the ability to change it. Change it.
Get it or it gets after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, kick rocks.
Felicia.
Yeah. Straight up.
Let's talk about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh,
I'll say there's no place better, and there's no place better in the world. So
no, absolutely not.
You're
fortunate.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's still your country, so love it.
Yeah.
So
the things that you're worried about, it's not like you're worried where your food is coming from, or if you're gonna have water, or if you have clean clothes to wear more than every single day throughout the week. Like we are very fortunate. I mean, very fortunate.
Amen.
So
no doubt.
And a lot of those freedoms that we enjoy are because of our service members that, sacrifice ultimately everything, for us to be free. So,
well said.
I'm gracious for that every day.
Yeah.
Grateful.
What were you leading into, Shannon?
Oh, I was wondering if we were going to talk about like negotiations and hard negotiations and what that looks like. We probably have like 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time
good
to get
minutes
into
to kind of nail into that just a little bit.
Well, actually, it's more like
maybe
3 minutes.
Maybe 6. We could push it to 6.
So my feedback on that is I actually had someone mentioned on social media. Also saw it a couple other people that I've talked to in the last couple of weeks that are looking at trying to buy a house, and they're getting frustrated of there's just no hope right now. And that's not the case. I mean, you're seeing seller concessions. I mean, you're seeing them written into broker notes. You're seeing them written into the public notes that they're willing to do concessions. They're willing to get the house sold. Buying down rates. There's a ton of other stuff. This is the chance.
As a buyer right now, I get that you don't like you get sticker shock when you see that payment, and certainly a payment that is in the 7s, 7.5, 7.4%, versus in the 3s or even below is much different.
Ouch.
And we totally know that. Here's the difference though. If those rates are to drop, they're not likely to drop as low as they once were. But if they are to drop, say in late 2024 or whenever they're predicted to drop, it's going to be a different world. And just like what you mentioned there, Brian, you're not going to have all of the available concessions and all of these things.
Yeah,
because it's not going to be like that. We're going to go right back into a frenzy, and you're going to be, instead of being frustrated with, what you're frustrated with now, it'll be a whole nother set of problems, which in my opinion, I know it's a tough choice. I know that it's more expensive, but it goes back to what we talked about, however many shows ago with the rate. Okay, the rate will change, but if you love the house, and we are advocates for home ownership, we were talking to our friends who rent, and they're like, well, I've spent, X amount over the last couple of years. And it's like, well, either way, you're going to spend that amount. Okay.
Yeah.
What the real, and it was like $50,000 or whatever that they had spent in rent over the last couple of years, which actually is a pretty good price for what they get.
Yep.
But, I told them, I said, either way you were going to spend that $50,000, whether it was on a payment or rent. The real value and the real part of the equation that you're not looking at, because you kind of have tunnel vision, is that the landlord that owns your house over that last 2 years probably made upwards of $150,000. So that's really where they made that with you facilitating
paying their mortgage.
So it's
you're increasing somebody else's generational wealth by renting, period.
And we get that times are tough, and to raise your monthly output like $1,000 or more, that is hard to do. That is a hard pill to swallow. But ultimately, it's like putting money away in a 401k. You're going to gain that equity. And in home ownership, it's not, there's not a stock that I could tell you that is better than that. Even at its worst, it's still, appreciating at 4 something percent. So
and Tatiana Bailey was on the news this morning. She's my favorite economist.
She's great.
Person here in the Pikes Peak region. And she was talking about the shortage of houses in the state of Colorado. We are still experiencing a housing shortage. Yeah. And she put a post up or a picture up. I should have grabbed a graphic of it, and I can pretty easily if anybody's interested. But over year, the median in the average home price here in the Pikes Peak region. So right now, the average home price is $525,000, where the median price is $475,000. We are still increasing. So in a year from now or 2 years from now, when the rates potentially drop, that purchase price is going to go up.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot more, and you're still going to be paying more. So why not get in now, refinance later, and then
if you
work on your own thing?
This goes back to another tried and true point in real estate, and that is the time to buy is when you can buy. Like if you can buy now,
when you can afford to buy a house.
Yeah, when you can, if you can afford to do that, when that's the time to buy. Because it's not going to get any better. Like it's not, it's, even if the rates go down, then you're just competing with everybody else. Right now you're in a position where you can get a nice house and you can also get a good amount of help for closing costs, or you can get a rate buy down. I mean, it's really incredible what people are willing to do just because it's not, it's not the classic Thursday through Sunday that we saw, where
2 years ago
we'd list it and we'd get 25 offers, and then we'd be
under contract.
We would be, going over those offers on Sunday, and it was quite hard being a buyer at that time, and we felt that because we love our people. We go through the trenches with you. We're in it with you, and it's very hard.
My favorite question right now that I'm getting from clients and friends and people that are
when's it gonna crash?
When's it gonna crash?
Yeah. And the funnier part about that is the person who has the money to buy now,
the quote unquote,
supposedly they have the money to buy it, but they're waiting for it to crash. Like that is a terrible thing to wait for. It's not gonna happen. We're not going to see.
We're banking our careers and our livelihood on it, you guys. This isn't a hobby. Yeah, this is how we pay our bills.
Well, I think the other part that people have to remember is, even if you're paying down that mortgage of 3% a year, you're getting 3% appreciation.
Absolutely.
But you hear about these rates and you're like, oh, the 7%, 7.5%, like whatever it gets up to, right? We can buy that rate down. We can get you into the 6s. The challenge that you're running into is that when people go, well, that rate's never, like, I'm going to be stuck in that rate forever. That's not reality. On average, it's four refinances every 12 years is what the average number has been. So 4 refinancing on your home every roughly 3 to 4 years is what is an average time frame in 12 years. So
interesting.
So when you hear like people say, "Oh, I'm going to be stuck in this," no, I mean people that were getting rates at like 3%, 3.5%. Were refinancing when they was going down to 2.25%, right? Because it was saving them money. So they were already at an incredible rate, which people would kill for today, and they're refinancing it down. But there's also assumptions. There's a ton of other pieces that can get people into those low rates. Like if you're like the person you're talking about who has cash on hand, who could get into a house, we can do an assumption on a loan. They just have to qualify for the loan. And it's a little bit more of a timely process, but you can get into that rate. So you just pay down the difference of what the house is worth. So there's a ton of options, and we're working on that right now with one of our clients, and it's a fantastic deal. So there's plenty of options. So
lots of options, lots of questions. As usual, if you have any sort of burning desire to talk about real estate or ask any questions of any of us at any given time, you want to do the incline, you got a question about fishing, a concert, you want to go fishing, maybe you had a Taylor Swift chili mirror. I mean, you never know. We can talk about it all, and we do on a regular basis. So super happy to be here.
Well, and we appreciate you. If you want to talk about refinancing when the time comes, like you have a question about that,
we've got people.
We're happy to
we can partner you
in the
up.
Right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit us up if you have questions, and go get after it before it gets after you.
Amen.
There you go.
That's good. That's good.